What's the deal, family? Welcome back to another SOS podcast. I am Cameron. This is my beautiful wife, Erin.
Hello.
What's going on, babe?
Oh, nothing. Just the usual.
Are you waddling or you not?
I'm still waddling. Well, potentially. We're actually batching. So I could have had the baby by the time this goes up.
Yeah.
In all honesty.
Don't know.
Who knows? But as of now, I'm doing great. The only thing that's really hitting me really bad right now is the pregnancy brain.
Oh, it's bad. Hey, y'all, this is so bad. I'm actually concerned.
Yeah, it's actually very concerning. I can be in mid conversation and completely lose my train of thought. Like, I was talking to my mom and she had said something about like my friend, and she was like, "Yeah, how are such and such doing?" And I was like, "Oh, they're doing good." And she asked a follow-up question, and I was like, "Wait, who are you talking about?" She was like, "Erin, are you serious?" I was like, "Yes, I literally don't remember who you're talking about." It was hilarious. Like, we literally cracked up. So yeah, imagine Cameron, because this is all day, every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see. And I hear the mom brain isn't too much better. So
Yeah, no, it's for sure concerning. Like, it is a real thing.
It is.
I'm almost. It's like it's a health concern. Like,
I think it's normal.
That is a terrible norm.
So anyway, thankfully you remember stuff. Anyway, what are we sipping on?
I have a tropical blend from Whole Foods.
And I just have raspberry leaf tea. Cheers.
It is cheers. It's a nice, like, little sparkling juice. They have some really good, like, spritz type of stuff at Whole Foods.
Yeah.
Nice fruit stuff.
I will say that this entire pregnancy, I haven't really been pressed about drinking alcohol.
This ain't alcohol.
No, I know.
Oh.
But I'm just saying, like, that hasn't been something that I'm like, oh, I miss having a cocktail or a glass of wine. But I'm at the point now where I'm just like, okay, I kind of do want a glass of wine. Like, I kind of do want, like, something slight. You know what I'm saying? Slight. I think I'm just kind of, like, ready to have the baby and get back to other things, like wearing jeans, seeing my feet, things of that nature. Yeah. So, soon come. Soon come. On that note, what's the this or that? Because for once, Cameron has it and I don't.
Surprisingly, it took me 0.5 seconds to think of this because it's something that's current. So, Olympics.
Okay.
This or that. Would you rather watch gymnastics or track?
Gymnastics. 100%.
100%.
Because, I mean, track is like they're all running, like they're all doing the same thing. And it's like who crosses the finish line first. But with gymnastics, it's like everyone kind of has their own little flavor, their flair, like, and then you don't get to see gymnastics. Well, I mean, I guess you don't really get to see track either. But, like, you really don't see or hear about gymnastics until it's the Olympics.
Yeah. You do see track here and there throughout the year. Or
I mean, I do still think track
high
is like
school that you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, track is more close than gymnastics for sure.
For sure. So, and I just love watching the girls and just Team USA during Olympics. It's so fun and entertaining and just so inspiring because I'm always like, oh my gosh, I can't even do I don't know. Did you know I used to be in gymnastics?
No.
You didn't?
What was it for one day?
It was for like, I don't know, maybe a year.
What?
I did
a year?
I could do a back handspring too. I was actually pretty good, but then I stopped. Yeah, I stopped. I literally have never committed to any sports. None, or instruments. That was, and honestly, when I started my YouTube channel, I was like, okay, I have to commit myself to something. Like, I cannot live my life having tried all these things and committed to none of them. So, I mean, maybe that was for the best. Like, maybe that inspired me later in life because, wow.
Possibly.
But yeah, I love gymnastics. Okay, what about you?
I also say gymnastics.
Yeah.
I say gymnastics, though, with a grain of salt.
Oh, gosh.
I only say it, obviously, because of Simone. I don't think without her. I mean, I appreciate, like, I learned about Rebecca from Brazil. Like, she was really sweet at it. Suni obviously is really good at it, but
and Jordan Childs.
Jordan is real good.
Yeah.
So like those four specifically in this 2024 Olympics has made it entertaining. Yeah, made it entertaining for, like, it feels like I'm watching a competitive sport.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I know it's competitive, but it's
you're
like
interested.
I'm in it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. If it wasn't for them though, I would watch track. And I don't even have to know anybody for track, but it's probably because I can relate to it per se, and I understand what's going on. Versus, I don't really understand how to score in like gymnastics all the way. Like it's not all the way.
Track is very straightforward.
Yeah,
yeah. It's like who crosses first. Period.
I mean, timing. You can see the form, what events.
I know, but they're not judged on that. They're just judged on
the time.
Who gets there first?
Who crosses the time?
So yeah.
I mean, yeah, but no, gymnastics for sure. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think gymnastics is so much fun to watch.
Yeah.
Okay, so today we are talking about, I mean, these are the last few weeks of being pregnant. So I'm like, let's just kind of talk through things because honestly, like,
why not?
Why not? And we're only going to have these conversations. Like, I mean, we'll have them later, I'm sure. But it's nice to talk about them while you're in it, you know? So my first question is, for one, you were wanting a boy first. Now, how do you feel about having a girl first?
Yo, I'm so excited to have a girl. No, I am not capping. So I got a nephew. That is my boy too. But dog is off the chain.
Yeah, he is.
And when he with me, no one else matters.
It's even worse.
And
when
he has, with me, he has endless energy, and I entertain it. So that's also my problem. Like, I'm going to give him the best fun ever. I can't imagine doing that 24/7 every single day. I just want a boy. But this first one, I think I need to not be thrown in the deep end. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. Like, that would have been like, whoa.
Yeah.
You know, so.
So now you're like, you're cool with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think.
I mean, you adjust to whatever you end up having.
Honestly, though, realistically, most guys, like, yeah, we all want sons. Me, I genuinely wanted one of each. I simply want one of each. It's not like I only wanted sons, so, like, I'm happy I'm having a daughter, but for those reasons, I'm, like, ecstatic.
But it's funny, too, because, like, Cameron, you were more of, like, a mild-mannered boy.
Yeah, and I think
there are some girls, I mean, I feel like it's a lot more likely to have a extremely high-energy boy than an extremely high-energy girl. Yeah. But I don't know. I think, you were probably.
I think that's also my thing. Is like I've been so like this for so long that.
So like what? Because if people are listening, they can't see your hands.
Yeah, if you're listening, like mellow. Like I was more described by my parents like chill. Wasn't really needy. I only got mad if I was dirty or something like that. Like nothing major.
Yeah.
I was like, I guess my mom. What was my mom describe me as?
Just like probably like a man child. Like
you
just acted like you were probably way older than you
what
were.
I were. So yeah, I was seeing my nephew, and I love it, but it's just like, man, when we're done, I'd be through. I'd be like, bro, you are doing the most.
Yeah.
So, I still want a son, but I don't think I'm being thrown to the deep end by having a daughter first.
Yeah.
And they say your daughters take care of you longer.
Yeah, daughters do cling to their families, like for sure.
And I cling. I cling to my family, but it's different. Like my sister and my mom's dynamic.
They do everything together.
Me and
That's
my
how
mom,
I am with my mom.
And
it's
then
like
me and my dad, I might hear from him. I don't know, every few weeks,
every now and again.
So like. Yeah, there's that.
Yeah.
Now with your dad, which I'm not his biological son, he calls me every day. But I feel like that still be different. But I think if he had a son, he would have called his son every day.
Yeah.
For sure.
Now, are you Are you sad that this is like the last bit of just the Aaron and Cameron era?
Sad is not the word I would use. Um, I am going to miss being in our bubble by ourselves. I guess in Audi.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we were just talking about this. I think had we been preparing and been trying to have a baby, maybe my mind would have shifted before getting pregnant or whatever. But because it didn't, it's been like all these little small transitions to be like, oh shoot, I'm about to be somebody's daddy. We're about to be parents. Like there's no more just me and you. Like there's gonna be me, you, and our baby. So yeah, I'm not sad, but it's I'm now looking forward to the new dynamic.
Yeah,
for sure. But I am gonna miss our little bubble because I feel like when you're having so much fun like we were having and you really enjoy each other, you enjoy your spouse. It's nothing like that.
Yeah.
And I know people say, oh, it's nothing like when you have a kid, but I genuinely like my wife. Like, I'm not even talking about love. Like, I like being with you. So it's just like, I don't really be needing nobody else. It's not like I got to go find fun somewhere else. Right. So I don't know what that's going to look like now that we're having a baby. Well, it'll still be good, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like, dang.
I know.
And it's because we, surprise, you know? Like I said, I feel like I really would have needed to been trying in order to have prepared my mind to do so. And then also we've had so much going on that I ain't really had time to like soak into what's about to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like all the different house projects, trying to work, 1, 2, and 3. Like my mind hasn't been able to just sit and be like, dang. So I really haven't given it much thought. But yeah, I'm going to miss just our little bubble, me and you.
Yeah.
We got a new responsibility.
I know.
A big one.
I wouldn't say sad is the right word, but I definitely have been like a little bit emotional about it.
You've been emotional?
Yeah.
Like,
oh God, I feel like I'm going to cry. Oh, like you look. Just because it's like, we've been like, just us Lord. For so long. I know. Oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. And I'm just like, oh my God, like this is all gonna be like different, you know? Oh, baby. It's the hormones. But yeah, it's just gonna be different now. And in a good way. Oh, baby. I know. Hold on. Please give me some tissue. Oh my God, I was not expecting to cry. Wow, here we are. Hurry. I'm trying. My makeup's gonna be running.
Well, while Erin is wiping her tears.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, it's just like not sad. It's just like weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
Because it's like, what is this about to be like? It's gonna be so different.
Yeah.
But also like not that different in terms of like us. But it's just like adding to us. So I think it'll be so fun, but it's also like a different kind of fun.
Yeah, it's a different kind of fun, for sure.
So yeah, I mean, I'm not sad even though I'm crying. It's just like, it's just like a weird thing to be like introducing a whole new human.
Yeah.
Into like our mix cause like even with Audie, it's like, we can leave and go out of town or like leave for the whole day and like we don't have to check in on her. Like she's fine.
But the child is like, well, we can't leave her at home until she's like 12.
I know.
Like it'll be 2000 what? Like, bruh.
I know, it's so long.
You realize it'll be almost 2040.
Like, I know.
That's 2036
like
or
a long time
from
now. Audie, we left her.
Audie
almost right away. Honestly,
yeah,
we went out of town like 2 weeks after we got her.
7 weeks, right?
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's not just about like traveling or things like that. I think it's just like, oh my gosh, like we've been married / together for so long.
Yeah.
That now having a child, it's kind of like, oh my gosh, like what is this going to be like, you know? But I think it'll be great. It's just new.
It is new.
So, yeah. But I'm not sad. I'm good. I'm excited to like see what this new phase brings. Right. But it is kind of like entering the new, and like you'll never have this back again. Like we will never have just us again. Yeah, you know? Yeah, exactly. So there's that. Okay. So what are you most nervous about when it comes to labor and delivery? And just labor and delivery.
You being in pain.
Okay.
I don't even think it's like a nervousness. This is I simply don't want you to be in pain. Like, you know? Mm-hmm. I'm not looking forward to that. I am hoping and praying that whatever he got to do, that, I don't know, baby just slip on out. But obviously that's not necessarily realistic. As God. Yeah.
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know that's not realistic. That's not always. I'm saying it's not always the case. It's possible, but it's not always the case.
Yeah.
Majority of the time, it's not someone's story.
Yeah.
So I'll say that much. But you know, I'm hoping for that. I don't want to see you in pain. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Yeah. I mean, I bought this book called Supernatural Birth, and it was really good, and it was talking about how to like believe for a pain-free birth and believe that like your birth is gonna be like supernaturally amazing, basically.
Yeah.
Which I am touching and agreeing with that book and hoping that it is like pain-free. Yeah. Like I think, you know, whatever you believe,
it's gonna happen.
It can happen. Yeah. You know. But we will see what kind of birth experience I have. I think people have been asking me, like, are you nervous? Like, that's the main thing I've been getting in the last few weeks. I would say I'm more so like I'm like curious of the unknown. Like, I'm at the point where I'm like, what does it feel like? You know, I've been having Braxton Hicks contractions, but they don't hurt. So it's like, they just feel like my stomach is getting really tight, and then it just releases after like 20 seconds. But I'm not like, oh my God, like freaking out about the labor and birth experience, because I just feel like there's a better use of my energy. Like, what's the point in freaking out right now when I, first of all, don't feel any pain? And second of all, it's like I have to go through labor. Yeah. So,
I think the good thing that we've been doing is not comparing to things we simply have heard, other stories. We have received the advice and we have received stories because, you know, we want to be prepared for what could be. Because it's all based on potential. We don't know. Everybody's story is different. So I do appreciate that about us in general and how we approach life is we like to hear and learn about different things, but I feel like we're really good at understanding that our story is our story. Mm-hmm. And, you know, what we believe will happen can ultimately happen.
Yeah.
And we adjust even in the moment, like it's still our story. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I guess when people ask that, I think it's a typical question. Yeah. But you have been really good, and I commend you for being, because I don't know what you're going through pregnant-wise, obviously. Right. No man will ever know what you're feeling as a woman that's pregnant, but you've done a great job. You haven't let any fear get into you. You haven't allowed fear get into your head. You haven't allowed other people's stories to make you nervous or to scare you. So you've been doing a pretty good job. I think how you've been approaching it, your attitude toward it has been off the charts.
Yeah. I think I'm just trying to stay as positive as I can, because I feel like
it's easy to not to be positive.
That's the best way to go, because I already got to go through it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
So it's only one way out.
Yeah, it's only one way for her to get out. Yeah. So it's like, I might as well just like accept it and try to just control what I can control. Yeah. And a big part of what I hear a lot of women say is like labor is such a mental marathon. I mean, it's a physical marathon too, but like we have a strong mind that makes laboring so much easier if you can just stay composed and calm. And like, I'm just trying not to even build up the ammo to like feel nervous once I start feeling real contractions or get into active labor. So I'm like, you know, we've been going on our walks. We've been like, I've been trying to drink this raspberry tea, and like, I need to do my little bouncy ball things more, but so we're trying. But I have a question about our birth session. So we actually had a birth session with our cousin, who's also a doula, who's going to be our doula. How did that make you feel? We didn't take a birth class. We decided that just wasn't for us because, for one, the time commitments for these birth classes are like 6 weeks or 12 weeks, some of them. I'm like, okay, that's like a lot. So, how'd you feel about our birth session? We'll put a vlog up. It might be up by the time this is.
Yeah, it might be up.
This is up. So,
how did I feel?
After did it make you feel like more at ease or like more prepared?
I don't think I've been tense.
Yeah, but did it make you feel like, okay, like I feel
more confident than what I already was at comforting you.
Okay.
I think I already do a decent job at comforting you in general. Mm-hmm. So I feel like actually knowing maybe some of the pressure points, reminded you how to breathe and those things, like the techniques, like that gave me like a confidence boost.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wasn't, I don't think I've been too, I don't think I've given it too much like worried thoughts. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like we about to get through this and it's gonna be great. So I guess that's been my mindset. I haven't, I really don't go to the what could be bad part. Mm-hmm. I'm aware of all the possibilities, but I kind of try to focus on what's gonna be. Whether I ain't know nothing. You could have gone. You basically never know, right? So like my cousin, his wife is the doula. He was born premature himself. So like even if you had a premature baby, like you're not expecting the time to come then. So obviously we're not having a premature baby, but that can happen to people. And at that time, you may not be ready to receive this baby yet, mentally, in your home yet, like physically, like none of those things, but you got to do what you got to do in those moments. Mm-hmm. So I'm just kind of looking at it basically day by day. Like whenever the baby comes, for whatever it's worth, that's just what it's going to be. Mm-hmm. And we're going to accept it and we're going to adjust to whatever this, situation is. And that's kind of how I've been approaching it. So I would say the birth session gave more confidence. I appreciated the tips, the learning, mm-hmm. or the knowledge or whatever. So yeah,
it was really nice. Like they came to the house, and I mean, they're our cousins.
It was comforting because they were
do it with people and who like really care about you or about us, and just give us like some tips, because even for me, like I can imagine that when you're in labor, active labor, and you're having contractions and you have a spouse and they're seeing you in pain and you don't know how to tell them to help you in the moment. Like, I do think like this gave me a sense of comfort to know that you know what to do. Yeah. Like when it comes to like how to help me manage the pain. And just like managing the contractions and feeling very supported in that.
Yeah.
Because I feel like with dads, it's kind of like, no, they're not like going through the physical pain, but I do think that there is a burden of like seeing your spouse in that amount of pain, as people have described it. Like, I mean, we're praying for like a low pain labor.
I'll put it this way. I haven't heard one story that pain wasn't involved in. So.
But I think that is a very emotional thing for a man to see his wife go through.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't want to feel like I'm not being supported because you're like emotional about me being in pain. Yeah. So now we both jacked up. So I think that really actually gave me confidence in going into labor, to know like, okay, our doctor even like gave Cameron the information on what to do when I'm like in active labor. Like, he knows how to support me through the labor, and like, we know where to go once we get to the hospital. Like, we kind of just made sure that all of the things that we know we can control are done. Yeah. But otherwise, like, I have no idea what kind of labor I'm going to have, or,
no way to know.
So I think that was like one of the reasons why we were like, okay, we're not spending 12 weeks in a birth class because
we simply didn't have the time.
We don't have time. But, yeah, we don't have the time. And also, like, we have resources within our family, so why not just
we got
use
doctors,
them?
we got doulas, like
So
we got information I feel like that we needed. We also got information that was provided that we didn't even know. Like Michelle was a big help during the class or session or whatever.
Yeah.
But I did appreciate it that they were able to separate being family versus we're not professionals.
Yeah.
So I appreciated their techniques. It wasn't like we weren't joking around during it because it's not necessarily a joking time. And we ate pizza, ate dinner, whatever before, and then we got right to business.
Yeah.
And then after we went right back to cousins.
Yeah.
So like I appreciated that. I feel like that showed me that not only even while she's there during that time, that it's not going to be no monkey business, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, she about her business, and, I appreciate that the most. Like, that's what I guess I gained from that.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting anything less, but it was just like, oh, yeah, like, they stepped to the plate in the way that I knew that they would,
Yeah.
So.
And I also think, like, another big thing for us with preparing for having a baby was finding a doctor that we just really were comfortable with. And I'm so happy that we found our doctor. She is amazing.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah, and so she's even been telling us, like, yeah, bring oil and do, like, we're going to have all these different techniques. And, like, she has kind of a midwife approach, but she's a medical doctor, and she is just, like, amazing. So we're like,
she's straightforward,
yeah,
too. She keep it 100.
Yes,
like,
she does.
We're not guessing about nothing. She going to tell you what she think and why she thinking. Like, and then also, like, she's giving advice.
Yeah.
I would do this in this particular case, or, whatever the case may be. Like, she's been great. She ain't been leaving me hanging.
Yeah.
Like, at first I was like, oh, this kind of weird, because you walk into these doctor's offices and they just say, hey, to Aaron, and I'm just, it's like the guy doesn't even exist. Or
yeah. How do you feel?
Yeah. It's like, I don't care.
Which is understandable, but it's also like, but you're a part of it too. Like,
yeah, it's just
because
like,
you're not carrying the
But when
child.
she walked in, it was, hey, how y'all doing?
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. And I understand it is about the woman.
Yeah.
But it's just like, whoa.
Yeah.
And some doctors, I've heard stories where the doctors don't necessarily include the husband or boyfriend, whatever, the entire time.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. I feel like if I'm not comfortable, then we ain't comfortable.
Yeah.
Because then I don't trust the doctor.
Yeah.
Or whomever I'm dealing with.
For sure.
So, like, she's been great.
She has been great. So we're like, all of these things are kind of have eased my nerves. Like, I don't feel like I have anything to be nervous about. Yeah, because I know I'm in really good hands. And also, Cameron has been, like, the best because he hasn't missed any doctor appointments. He was like, when we first got pregnant, he was like, I'm not missing any doctor appointments. And literally, we had one today, and he had a haircut, and he was like, oh my gosh, is it going to run into the appointment? And it didn't. So, and it was another time you had a haircut.
No, that wasn't a haircut.
It was something else. And
it was golf.
He got back before.
I got back right at.
Yeah. So he hasn't missed anything. And I think that also, like, sets the tone for our doctor and just people that, and just like us going into parenthood. Like, I feel like it's a team thing. Like, we're in it together. Like, I never
you ain't get pregnant by yourself now.
Right. And I never feel unsupported. And I think that has made this pregnancy so smooth. Like, Cameron will literally just sit down and maybe close his eyes, and I'm like, babe, can you go get such and such for me? And he doesn't even bat an eye. Well, sometimes he does, but like 99% of the time he doesn't. And it's just like, those things don't go unnoticed. And I think as a woman being pregnant, like, I can't imagine not having that support. So yeah.
It's
but
cool.
yeah, so props to the dads. I feel like dads to, like, pregnant people don't, I feel like pregnancy is so centered on the woman but when women have that support, like, they know that means the world. Like, yes, being pregnant is not the easiest thing in the world, but like, having the proper support just makes it so much more bearable. So kudos to, like, the dads who just show up and just really try their best to be there.
Yeah.
You know?
I think it just, like I said, when she's here, I don't plan on missing any.
Yeah.
Whether it's a recital, a game, or match, whatever the case may be. Like, I don't know. That's just one of my biggest goals in life. And then just in general, like if she calls, like I gotta be there. Like,
exactly.
You know what I mean? So I want that to be like something that she knows from day one.
Right. That's just the standard.
Yeah. It's just
I mean, that's how you are with me. So I don't expect.
Yeah. So I don't know.
To be different.
It is what it is. I am not sad about baby girl coming.
No.
I was almost about to say her name. I am not sad at all about that. I'm indeed looking forward to it. Yeah. I am glad we are having a girl.
Yeah.
For sure. It took one of them days I was like, yeah, I needed a girl.
But it's so funny because, oh my God, I literally lost my train of thought.
Oh my, see? That pregnancy brain is crazy.
Oh my gosh. That's really sad. I really wish I remembered where I was going with that, but I just don't.
You didn't even get started. Like, wow. Okay, we're gonna.
Okay, yeah. Let's just wrap this
on up. Well, baby girl, she may be here by the time of this, and she may not. Hopefully, she is.
I hope so, because I'm tired of being pregnant.
Oh yeah, that's the one thing I will say. I can't wait till you done being pregnant. Not for my own selfish reasons, but I can't wait till you can just do something around the house again.
What you mean?
I don't know anything.
Babe, you act like I don't do anything.
I wouldn't say not anything, but whoo, it's been a task.
Oh my gosh.
You can't do it. You can't do it as
in the
much.
Same way that I could.
You're more of a help. Like you help where you can type of thing versus,
I will say I'm gonna really miss people being super nice to me.
Yeah, everybody is extremely nice.
They're so nice.
For sure.
Just overly nice.
But you don't need them. You got me.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, we're excited. Baby is on her way, and we're excited to keep you updated on how things are going. And honestly, like, we're gonna try to keep up with the podcast, but if we miss a week or two, it's because the baby is here.
We're gonna try to bust out a few coming up, so it doesn't seem like
it's just a big drought. But keep up on Instagram, like follow. We'll put our stuff in the comments. I mean, in the description, show notes and stuff.
Also, for one of the next episodes, we would like to do a Q&A.
Oh my gosh, we keep talking about this.
I know,
Q&A.
but we need to put it out because people keep asking, "Are you gonna do another one?" So ask your questions here. What do you want to know? It does not have to be about us. It can be about any topic.
I like the scenario ones. Like when you guys send us scenarios like, my boyfriend, blah, 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 blah. Like, what would you do? I love those.
Aaron likes the little juicy stuff.
Yes, send us the juicy stuff.
All right. Well, if you rock with me, then you rock with us. We'll see you on the next one.
Bye.
Be easy.